you're gonna spend $5 to $15,000 for your launch, you end up not going anywhere.
Now it's almost impossible to get back up to page one.
You're probably not gonna be able to rank.
Colin Raja is an entrepreneur who started his Amazon journey with just $100.
He owns a seven-figure brand utilizing a data-driven approach to launch successful products.
And shares his expertise so that brands can get an edge with online sales.
There is a formula behind this. When it comes to a relaunch process, the first thing to do is and run PPC ads for Amazon. Take those keywords and run TikTok, Google Ads, Instagram traffic directly to Amazon.
Would you say that competitors that are ranked 1, 2, 3, they're doing something correct?
They may not actually. Here's a funny thing. If you have more sales, then you will win the formula. Somebody who's already have a better sales, they always do much better actually until
we pour money, and we just see minimal results. It's because there's this big back-end problem.
Just fix the back-end and then it works out really well. You don't even run ads for certain keywords.
Do you need tools to help you do this?
Okay, that's a deep secret actually.
People will say, that's crazy, Colin.
It's amazing, right? Nobody will say.
Today I have the pleasure of talking to Colin Raja, who will break down a 3-part series with me on how to improve your digital marketing strategy utilizing SEO advanced techniques. Let's welcome to the show, Colin Raja.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. I am excited to have you. You said, hey, Roland, I got some new stuff, and you showed me, and it was like, whoa, this is the kind of stuff that makes a difference in selling online. Practical things that are flying through the radar almost. So before we jump into this 3-part series, tell us here on part 1, why should brands be paying attention to this, and it should be part of their digital strategy on Amazon?
So when it comes to Amazon SEO and ranking aspect of it, the most of the people instill a giveaways or whatever as a launch process actually, but they forget the fact that Amazon changing things very rapidly right now. Because of that, they're coming up with the AI introduction. They're coming up with so many things in the back end, which not a lot of people are aware of when you're trying to launch product. For example, I'll give you one example what happened to us actually recently. So when we tried to launch one of the product 3 weeks ago, we set up all the basic things, what is required for us to launching the product perfectly. And on the day that we activate, we change our title based on what is our current strategy, what it looks like, what we're approaching. What happened is Amazon changed the backend. We noticed that since we know that one, we were able to go on and check and change it back and then continue with the launch. For I assume that you don't know this actually, what we're going to talk about right now. This is where you're going to spend $5,000 to $15,000 for your launch. You end up not going anywhere on your launch.
Whoa.
Even if you ranked, it's going to drop back where you were back actually. Exactly. That's the problem.
Let's not gloss over that. Even if you rank, there's a possibility you slide down in the rankings. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Wow. And so why is that? Why would you slide in your rankings? Let's say I'm on the top of page 1 and all of a sudden I find myself on the bottom of page 1 or even the beginning of page 2.
So basically, every keyword belongs to one certain category. Actually, it has to be a one browse node, one branch node on a one leaf node. There could be a one crossover. So each and every keyword is calculated and compete with another keyword based on that particular category. If that particular category you're not on top, you're probably not going to be able to rank keywords at all actually. So assume that you are able to run so much of CTR and CVR and get the external traffic and able to rank it. But end of the day, somebody was already in there who has a better category assignment, or who have a better browse node assignment on that particular keyword. They're going to take over. Why? Because you're competing with not that particular category browse nodes. You're competing with a different browse nodes, and that's the one part.
Okay, so wait, hold on. Let's make sure we don't go too fast for the folks who are not as up on the uptake here, like me.
Yeah, sure.
So if you put in a keyword, let's just say garlic press. This is the one in my brain, garlic press. You're saying that against that keyword, there are several companies or brands that will come up that are in different browse nodes as well as different categories, maybe like garlic press tools, garlic press recipes, I don't know, and garlic press ingredients, something like that. But the one that's most relevant in the category and browse nodes are the ones that are going to be in that result?
Okay, when you talk about the browse node, so the Amazon determined right now, it's each and every keyword belongs to certain categories and subcategories actually.
I
If you're
see.
not part of that category, you're probably not able to rank actually. And then even if you're like forcefully push yourself to rank, and you're probably going to come back because you're not competing against the same category for other people.
So certain browse nodes and categories have keywords. So let's just stay with garlic press for a moment. If you're in a garlic press, Amazon knows the relevant keywords that should be part of garlic press.
Mhm.
And those keywords belong to kitchen tools. And your product is part of industrial instruments. You're
That's correct.
saying that those keywords are not going to help you.
No, not at all. That's what it is. The current update is. So the current update is
Mm.
basically you need to be assigned yourself on a right category, which means like a browse node and then a branch node and leaf node, and with a product type and item type and then a geo. If you're not belongs to that, that's the first mess up what we're talking about right now. The second one is like you're probably not going to be ranked at all because the reason is like you have a mismatch in your basic SEO. This has been happening most. I've been launching like 15 products this month actually, 10 to 15 product basically. Is what happening is like more than 10 products having the same issue. Even if you touch your title, Amazon AI is automatically putting back all your basic SEOs into according to what they think, but they're not fixing every
Mm.
other place actually. They're fixing only few places, but they're leaving the product type and item type all the information. So that's like creating a so much mess in your listing right now.
So, what I hear you saying is that it's possible that 2 years ago, I put my garlic press accessory and I put it into industrial instruments because I found it worked wonderfully. But now, because Amazon's changing the back end, they said you have to be in the kitchen category in order to make that garlic press work with the keywords you have.
That is exactly right actually.
And then you said the mismatch. So the mismatch that's going on the back end is then going to compound this further so that now it's almost impossible to get back up to page one.
No, you cannot. That's why most of the products you try to relaunch, it may not work because you have so much bad SEO has done. Actually, if you don't know what you're doing in the back end, if you don't know how to look for it, you're probably not going to be able to rank.
Get ready for a pro tip.
There's nothing called a honeymoon period.
Mm.
So basically, in the Amazon strategy in the back end, one of the formula for ranking your data, when you don't have any kind of a history on your product, they give like a basic value. That basic value give you like a little bit of boost actually for your listing. We call that as like a honeymoon period actually.
Interesting.
So it's based on a 7 days, 14 days, 21 days, and 30 days period. If you're 7 days, you're not doing good. Your 21 days, you're not going to make it very well. If you're 21 days, you're not doing good. Your 30 days is not going to be good. So it has like a count of every single day. So you need to make sure that this is going in a proper way. But right now, the problem is on this is like 7 days they fix your backend. Actually, Amazon will fix your backend according to the keyword. So for example, you're running a social signal on a certain keywords, so Amazon already attributing building the relevancy for a certain keyword
Okay.
in your backend. So for that reason, you're automatically getting a relevant keyword right now at this point. So it's like to conclude this in a better way, right? You can still go and then get your old product get ranked. We have done that one without even resetting anything what they call honeymoon period, right? So you just did the basic SEO aspect of it, run as so much of a social signal, you could be able to bring back your product. We have done multiple products like that before.
So, social signal, for those that are not familiar with that, would that include external traffic? Would that be
That is correct.
influencers pushing it? Is it PPC? What exactly does social signal mean?
So we using a Google ads, sometimes certain things we cannot share here.
We don't want everybody to we don't want all the secrets, right? Then
Exactly, like
everybody's gonna
everybody's going to be like mess up there actually completely. So basically social signals, you can keep it in a layman term, which is like social signals. You can run a TikTok ads, or you can run typically like Google ads, and also the PPC, which is help you to pretty much build a good number of CVR and CTR for your listing. Basically it's required a lot of CTR. When the listing you need to bring back at the first week of it, you need to bring a lot of social signals come from different places. Like you can run a TikTok ads, you can run YouTube ads, or you can run like a Instagram ads or anything.
So if you're running external ads, so I
Yeah,
hear you saying you're running basically ads pointing into the listing,
that is correct.
uh, and then would you also do Amazon sponsored products to
That is
also,
that
is
is
that because
yes.
that's an internal signal, right? It's not external. So you're saying a combination of external signals and also internal signals in a way of PPC or Amazon ads?
Okay, so when it comes to a relaunch process, actually, the first thing we do is like taking a highly converted keywords and run PPC ads actually for Amazon. Take those similar keywords and run those things in a Google ads and TikTok and also Instagram. Run the traffic directly to Amazon. So the first week when you do that one, you may see your rankings comes to 20th, 25th position. In that case, that's a first week test what we do. When we do that one, we see the keyword ranking boost up. If that boost up, we say, okay, all right, we're ready to go actually right now. Why? Because
Or
your backend is amazingly worked out. Your keyword ranking is worked out right now. Let's move forward with the launch. If that's not happened, then we move into the next stage of finding if there is any kind of backend issue we still have, how we can fix that one.
okay, so what I hear you say is that you can do the strategy, but if you haven't cleaned up the back end, it may not work.
It don't work.
Oh, so this is where I think a lot of us, and I'm including myself in here too, that are on Amazon, we probably make a huge mistake. We pour money, and we just see minimal results.
That is
It's
right.
because there's this big back end problem, a mismatch, as you're calling it, that is not going to give us the juice that we're looking for.
That is exactly right. Actually, once we discovered it, we found we be flying from that point. Actually, we can able to rank keyword in a much better way. You might have seen my post
Mm.
actually in a Facebook. In a very short period of time, we could be able to rank certain keywords. We don't even run ads for certain keywords. We are able
I
to.
saw that. That to me is the most amazing part of your post because I'm like, we use PPC, we use Amazon sponsored products and a bunch of other ads on our products, and you're kind of flying in the face of conventional wisdom. Hold on. It's not true. It's not true.
That's not
But
true.
some people are going to argue that's not true. But you said you have the data, and we're going to share some of that in one of the other parts. But
For sure.
that's like, hello, you can rank without PPC. People will say that's crazy, Colin.
Now, I wouldn't say that without PPC. Okay, I'll explain you more in detail about the post. Actually, what I posted.
Okay.
Actually. So the when you talk about the first phase of the launch, we always drive first phase of launch with the PPC and social signal. Actually, that's a first week of test in
Mhm.
terms of relaunch or launch process. Anything, it doesn't matter what it is. On the first phase of the launch, what we find out is we come up with a strategy called keyword linking strategy, right?
Mhm.
What it means is basically when you try to rank a product and then you put all the basic SEO properly and well done in your listing, sometimes Amazon give a juicing for certain keyword. We have no freaking idea why it happened. They rank for certain keyword. We are not even running for it. We don't even have properly focusing on it. We have no idea where this come from. So we find out, okay, hey, these keywords are popping up for no reason. Why? So we took the data and find out like, okay, these are not like a big volume. It's like a decent volume keywords, but this is popping up right now. I think Amazon created a more relevant keyword. Is that what means, right? When you think about the product was ranking automatically, which means Amazon is like not even running a PPC, they were ranking that keyword, which means Amazon seeing more relevant for this keyword actually, right? So in that case, so we went back to the browse keywords from there and we retrieve all the purchase keywords and keep it separate and track it. We track it separately. Okay, all right. All the relevant keywords, we took it on the ranked keyword took it, and then like we ran a social signal and a little bit of PPC actually.
Okay.
And in a week, we were able to like rank for a top 5 with all the big keywords I'm talking about. And I was like,
Wow. Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
okay, it's a
That's a
very
wow.
interesting. I haven't given any giveaways. I haven't done any kind of very special things. I just done a basic $50 PPC and then run a couple of social signal. That's it. And I was able to top on that.
Interesting.
That's a something special that we found, and then we started using it from that point. It been working like really good actually for us.
I love this because you're teeing up where we're going to go here on part 2, which is how to do this. Because you should have this on your radar screen as you're saying that, hey, if you're not aware, Amazon has really changed how they do this. Strictly focusing on your titles, focusing in on the bullets, focusing in on those other aspects are not going to net you the same results that they used to, especially if there are problems on your back end and they mismatch, right? And
That's
so
right.
therefore your ad spend is going to go through the roof on new launch as well as existing products. So
Yeah.
that is so fascinating because to me, there's been a gap there between people are saying, hey, I'm focused on SEO and it's worked. Some people say I'm focused on PPC and that's worked. And then there's somewhere in the middle where people say, no, PPC is losing us money and everything. But this makes sense because Amazon moved away from some of this, started changing the game. And now people need to pay attention to this aspect about how to get it done. So here's what we're going to do. We will provide folks on part 2. That's our part 2. So you're teeing this up perfectly. So I love this. So I want to thank those that have been sticking around with us all the way to the end of part 1 with Colin on why you should do this. So now, if you want to join us on part 2, go check out that episode with Colin and myself, and we're going to break down how to get this done on Amazon. Thanks for joining me today.